My hair. What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision. Tonight is the night where we start Eurovision 2024. The opening ceremony was a couple of hours ago, and we saw Nutsa Budzaladze prepared for the rain. We literally saw her. And tonight we're gonna talk about semifinal one, our final predictions. Now, usually I do these predictions on the night of the jury show, but I'm going to the jury show and we're doing them on Sunday instead. Before we start, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. This is not your first time on these live streams. And go ahead to my other side.
Hi. Woo, woo. Hi, I'm Becca. As everyone know, I've been here for a very long time, and yeah, well, everyone knows I'm from Malta. um, and yeah, look, I'm very excited. It's finally Eurovision week, so let's get it started. I'm going down.
Let's get it started.
Hi everyone, this is Ervin. I'm from Budapest. And I think this is my fourth time in this live stream. And even though Sean said that these are going to be final predictions, I'm still going to watch the jury show and I'll make my final predictions then. So these ones are the, I don't know, the semi-final predictions for me. And onto the guy with the little Ramonda in the middle of his shirt.
Oh my god.
Yes, hello from Copenhagen. Hello, Sean. Hello, everyone else. Glad to be back and in a weird location.
Wait, no, I can't appear behind Becca. Sorry.
No, you can't. Sorry. For different countries, we can't.
That trick is reserved for us.
Listen, anyone who's watching, you know the drill here. Pull up a drink. These live streams are fun. Yes, we're going to be making some controversial predictions.
As always.
However, we're here to enjoy. Mute yourself while I'm talking. There's an echo.
All right, gotcha.
We're here to enjoy talking about Eurovision because it's Eurovision week. And while you're here, of course, come and subscribe. I muted myself. Come and subscribe to my channel because we have tons of content coming this week. We'll be predicting semifinal 2 on Wednesday, and we'll be predicting our final predictions on Friday. And of course, we'll talk about the results on Sunday. Let's waste no time. So, as we usually do it over here, we gathered our 10 qualifiers from semifinal 1. And we agreed on, this year we agreed on 6 for semifinal 1. So all of us agreed on 6 countries that are qualifying. We all think that these 6 countries are going through. Okay, shall I reveal the first one? Shall I put on a Pietra Mede voice? The first country that we all agreed is qualifying is Ukraine. Becca, I'm going to let you talk to us about Ukraine. Why do we think Ukraine is qualifying?
I mean, without a doubt. I mean, have you seen the rehearsals? I mean, it has really, really improved. Plus, I think was always there, like, to go through the final. I mean, it had everything. It has everything. And it also has something different compared to the other songs in the semifinal. So, and even just looking at the rehearsals, it has really come together, like with all the props they're using, and it's actually making the song quite well projected, quite well with everyone. So I'm definitely rooting for Ukraine to go to the final. I think they will definitely go through.
Yeah, I think you said it all. I actually think this is now into winner potential again. We didn't talk about Ukraine so much during April season, but now we've seen the performance. I think this is entering winner potential. Okay, The next country that we all agreed is qualifying is Croatia. No surprise here. ESTON, this is your favorite. Take it home.
It is, and just like with Ukraine, no question, this is qualifying with a televote only semi-final, especially. But I think it would go to the final anyway. It's a candidate to win, just like Ukraine. So I don't see a scenario where this fails to qualify, and most likely it will either win or come second in the televote.
Yeah. This is, again, just like Ukraine. This kind of fell down a little bit, and it's number one in the betting odds. Let's go to Croatia. I want to go watch Eurovision Croatia.
Yes. I want to go to Zagreb. I've never been to Zagreb. I want to go.
We want to go to Zagreb. Let's take the live stream to Zagreb, where they have hostels that are less noisy, and maybe we can get into the press room. Looks like we're in the press room, though. Maybe I'll just
You think they're less noisy.
Well,
I'm gonna stick
it is a hostel after all.
It is a hostel. It is just a hostel. Next up, the third country that we all agreed on is Lithuania. I'm gonna keep this short. I think Lithuania is one of the countries that came ready without needing to make many changes from the national final. They built on what they have, and maybe because there wasn't an element of surprise, not many people are talking about them. But for the sake of qualification, I think Lithuania is a guaranteed qualifier. They have their friends in the semi-final. Poland is here, Ukraine is here. But they don't even need their friends. It's a good song. It's a televote song. And in the final, I think it will do some things with the jury as well. Ervin, quickly, what do you think about Lithuania's chances?
No, I agree. And as I mentioned in one of the previous live streams as well, this is a very televoting song. It's not as much of a jury song, I believe. So it's a no-brainer that this is going to qualify.
Nice and sweet. The fourth country that we agreed on is going to the final. This might upset some of the fans because I've been seeing lots of talk about this negatively on pockets of the internet. But we all agreed that Finland is going through. Again, Ervin, I have to come to you. Finland is qualifying, right?
Absolutely. And I'm actually one of the people who quite enjoys this song and performance. It's wacky. It's fun. In a way, carries I don't know, some positive vibes. It's a bit daring. And I know that a lot of people are going to be offended by the performance with the non-existing nudity. But who cares? It's fun. It's catchy. It's going to qualify.
Couldn't agree more.
And I just agree with Ervin.
Finally.
We know that doesn't happen very often. We know that doesn't happen.
The evening is long.
The evening is long. I just want to make a point about the nudity. Again, I've seen lots of harshness towards this about the nudity. So people are fine with Aiko's areolas magnified on the screen. However, Windows 95 man and his crotch, nothing is seen, but maybe it's quite suggestive. There we have a problem. Just saying, let us know your thoughts in the comments. And I'm going to transition actually. Anyone who's watching and wants to talk to us on the chat, come and tell us your opinions. Come and tell us what you guys think. We will interact with you and we will reply to you, of course. So if you have thoughts, come and share them. Come and tell us what you think. The fifth country that we all agreed is qualifying, I would say a bit more reluctantly than the first four, but we all put this down. It's Luxembourg. ESTON. Luxembourg is qualifying, right?
ESTON, you're dead.
Sorry.
Emperor Luxembourg decided not to talk about it. It could go away.
It was probably Sean. I'm just a background noise for him. But yeah, I think Luxembourg is going through, but I'm not 100% convinced. Another country that I, at this moment, for my prediction, put out might swap places with Luxembourg, but I think the running order is in their favor. They have a lot of talk about them coming back after like 30 years. The song is decent, the vocals are decent, the staging is okay. So I just can't see who would take their spot. That's my case for them. So I'm like maybe 67% sure that they're qualifying.
I can't see who's going to take their spot because they are last in the running order. There is a lot of pushing from who's pushing for Luxembourg. However, at the same time, I can't see who's going to vote for them. Who the hell is going to vote for Luxembourg? I mean, Belgium is not here, the Netherlands are not here, France is not here, maybe Germany, maybe. But it's difficult to predict Luxembourg because they haven't been at Eurovision the last 30 years. So I don't know who the hell is going to vote for this. Becca, you might know?
I don't know. I mean, it's not the best comeback song. I mean, they had. I mean, have you looked at her styling? I mean, come on. I mean, they could have done so much better. I mean, you've been away for 35 years. This is what you come up with. Just pointing that out. But then again,
Fashion
I don't
police.
think. Yeah, I don't think. I don't see any country who can take over Luxembourg. So I think they will go through. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Who would like to-
but like I still put them down as a qualifier because first of all, I haven't seen the full performances yet, and secondly, I gave them I predicted them rather than some of the other ones. I'm not going to mention them now because I'm guessing we're.
Thank you for not spoiling.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just because they're last in the running order and because it's slightly more up tempo, but for me, this is the least possible qualifier of the 10 that I predicted.
Okay. I have hope then. I have hope.
I think there are more borderline countries than this. This
Yes.
is one of the relatively safe ones.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't completely agree with ESTON.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Just keeping things normal, don't worry.
It's going to be interesting to see if Luxembourg is actually going to make it and by how far they're going to make it. We'll see. The sixth qualifier in our predictions, we all agreed that this one is qualifying. Again, a little bit reluctantly, I know from some of you, but Serbia's qualifying. Qualifying. I'm going to start with Becca because I know we had thoughts about this one.
Yeah. I mean, I was not fully convinced. I mean, even this morning, I was not fully convinced that Serbia was going to go through. And I'm still not fully convinced that I think Serbia going through. I mean, I would like to see them, but I mean, just even from the few seconds of the rehearsal, I mean, it's good. It's just not. I think it's more like giving 50% or maybe 55%. It's not giving the 100% that I would like for Serbia to give. But I'm still rooting for them. Hopefully, everything will come together. Maybe they can give a better performance on Tuesday. Who knows?
She was pitchy on the rehearsal clip. She was a little bit pitchy. And maybe she's, she doesn't need to give her all on the second rehearsal, Theodora. We also saw some dodgy camera work, and she's openly talked about it, that this is hopefully not the final cut. They want closer shots. They want closer, intimate crops. I've never been in the camp to be nervous for Serbia, but I have to admit, just seeing the strength of this first half, I don't think we're going to get all 7 songs from the first half going to the final. Absolutely not. and I'm a little bit nervous. But then again, I think I'm nervous because I really want Serbia to qualify. So I think she'll be fine. But I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I'm nervous. If I didn't like the song, I wouldn't be nervous. Ervin.
Yeah, in the clip wasn't actually probably the best part of the song to show, like multiple other countries did. And in this recap video that they show, it comes across a little bit too dark and a little bit too, I don't know, not that interesting. And this is why I think a lot of people started doubting that it might actually fail to qualify, myself included, because coming after Cyprus and coming before Lithuania make Lithuania stand out the most. And even though like I'm expecting her vocal to be 100% improved for the actual semi, but whether that's going to help or not, I'm not sure. It's going to depend on like how the entire presentation of the song is going to be. But I think that this massive rock that they put on stage, it takes away more than it actually gives to the song. Because for me, it's sort of like, I don't know, lost a bit on its charm that it had in the national selection. But again, I'll wait for the full performance.
I mean, this I think was the last qualifier that I put down. So it's just the performance, or at least the clip that we saw. It seems distant. It's not intimate. It's not personal. It's like she's singing somewhere over there for some audience, but not to me watching at home. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't qualify. But at the moment, there are just so many countries that are, for me, definitely out. I mean, someone has to take the spot, and I, again, don't really see who. I was debating at first whether this or Portugal would qualify, but I think Serbia has more friends, but a poor running order. Portugal has less friends, but a great running order. But I think maybe in the end they can both qualify. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Smooth transition. Okay, so let's recap a little bit. We agreed on 6 countries: Ukraine, Croatia, Lithuania, Finland, Luxembourg, and Serbia. However, we also agreed on 3 countries that are out. Deben, what are they?
They are out.
Well, in the spirit of Deben.
I think ESTON has been waiting his entire life to say that.
I think we've said it already 5 times today.
Releasing my inner Deben.
We agreed that Iceland is not qualifying. ESTON, since you are our honorary Icelandic resident, do you feel it coming?
I feel it's going back to Iceland with possibly the last position. The staging is giving absolutely nothing. I mean, the vocals are good, but yeah, this will get lost horribly. And it is in the risk of being lost in the semi, although they have a lot of competition. We'll discuss them next, but yeah, no chance. At this point, I see no chance for Iceland going through.
I'm just gonna say one thing. Have you seen the dress and the belt? It's giving vaginal fringe. Copyright, Alisa Michelle. I just had to. The next one that we all agreed on is not qualifying, and I'm sad about this, but we all agreed it's not qualifying. We gotta keep this succinct. Moldova is out. Moldova is out. Ervin, Moldova.
I mean, we used a big show from Moldova, a really good, like, catchy sort of song. This one is not. However, I do think that the 30-second clip gives us sort of a hint that the staging might actually be really good. So even though I put it down as a non-qualifier, with the right staging, and if the staging is really impactful, I could see this going through. But
I feel that the stage is empty. I mean, with her just with the violin, it's just violins, right? It's like
La Maltija ħarġet.
yeah, sorry, it came out the Maltese.
It's fine. We're getting more Maltese on these live streams than we ever do at Eurovision. So
sorry, I interrupted Ervin. Sorry, go ahead, Ervin. Sorry.
No, it's fine. But I mean, obviously, we've only seen the 30-second clip. We don't know whether there's anyone else going to be joining her before or afterwards, whether there's going to be the other 5 violinists looking like her on stage or not. I don't know how they're going to play around with this one. I don't know how it's going to look like the full 3 minutes, but I don't know. Like, I wouldn't 100% write it off like some of the other ones. But I mean, as it stands right now, most likely non-qualifier.
Petra Miede and Mals Selmelöv said bring a violin, but I think Natalia just forgot all the other points that they brought up, because that's the only thing going for them. I don't see any chance. This is another candidate, like I said, to the last position. This is just empty. Where are the other girls? Like, didn't they have any money for accommodation, or I don't know? Just
accommodation is expensive.
It is Sweden, so
tell me about it. I mean,
tell us about it.
There you go.
All I'm gonna say,
we're not even rich enough to go to Malmö. We're in Copenhagen.
all I'm gonna say is Erim Tim Tagidim. Let's just hope. I want to get a quick comment from Fashion Police to my right. What are we thinking about the dress?
No.
No?
No.
I like it. I like the dress.
I mean, okay, so, I mean, the upper part, maybe it's nice, but the bottom part is just, I think she tried to go like for the Roman vibe kind of thing, but I did not like the bottom part. I mean, the way she was dressed when she was in her own, like for the nationals, I was definitely better suited. When it comes to what she's wearing for the semi-final, it's not really fit together. I mean, I expected something else. But then again, I'm not a fashion stylist. Maybe that's my opinion. But
I like the dress, but I think it's very subjective. I mean, yeah, it comes down to taste. My take on this, now, you know I love this song, and in my initial prediction, I had this just sneaking in. However, it's giving Anna Autobescu. Dated, weak song, good staging. And the staging isn't even as good as Anna Autobescu, right? Right, Ervin?
Anna Autobescu staging was like, I mean, apologies in like lack of a better word, but stolen and copied and already seen, because like bringing in the same sound artist who was already there once, yeah, it's like a little bit lazy. This isn't as lazy.
Right. Yeah. You know I like this song, but I have to pick 10. And me personally, well, all of us really didn't pick it. Moving on. I'm surprised about this one. This is the third country we all agreed is not qualifying. I'm surprised, not from my end, but the fact that we all agreed. We all think Cyprus is out. I think Ervin has thoughts.
We all do, I think. I don't know. It's just like it's not that impactful, and even though it's gonna start off with like good energy, a little bit more upbeat, but it's just not going anywhere. I don't think the melody is gonna stick in anyone's head, and as I mentioned before, come song 3, everyone's gonna forget about this one. And she seems like a decent enough performer. a little bit pitchy here and there, and I don't think that they nail the staging either.
Pitchy or bitchy?
P with a P.
Pitchy. Okay, sorry. Excuse me for my French.
I don't even know the girl. I'm sure she is lovely.
No, because that's why I was like, what is Ervin saying? I don't know. That's why.
And the thing that I found interesting is that they're trying to replicate like some fireworks, etc., in the backdrop with like kind of like the water going off or something instead of actual fireworks. Because I mean, it's cheaper that way. But it just makes it like, I don't know. The whole thing is just not memorable. And even like a couple of days ago when the song started playing and I heard it, I was like, well, which one is this? So, yeah, I have it down as a non-qualifier, and it's not one of the ones that I would easily replace.
I just think, well, I always had this down as a non-qualifier to begin, especially after seeing the running order. But the staging is lazy, it's dark, it's miserable, it's uninspiring. This is Dan Shipton, right? The staging package is being done by Dan Shipton, I think. I stand to be corrected. It's very disappointing. The only thing I like is the fact that the dancers look British, even though they're Danish, and it ties into the theme of the video was filmed in a luxury tourist hotel in Cyprus, and most of the tourists are British. I don't know. I'm just trying to hang on to anything I can to find something that I like about this. In reality, I don't know anything about this. I don't like Cyriel's vocals. They are very pitchy. They could be bitchy. And I mean, what is there to vote for about a song that's been passed around like a submissive bottom in a gangbang? Really and truly. What?
Oh my God,
Has
Sean!
Has it not?
Sean, we're on live stream.
Yeah, and Dolly Alexander's about to be live on the grand final of Eurovision, but we'll talk about that later.
And then Sean says, I have opinions.
Dang.
I said you have thoughts. But I didn't say I don't.
Oh, for sure you do.
Yeah, I just don't see it. This is forgettable. Cyprus. Also, the wardrobe. Come on. Even the choreography this just looks lazy on all fronts. Lazy.
It looks very TikTok-y.
Lazy.
There you go, TikTok-y.
Lazy.
Is that a word?
Very good. So, just to recap, we agreed that Iceland, Moldova, and Cyprus are not qualifying, and earlier we agreed that Ukraine, Croatia, Lithuania, Finland, Luxembourg, and Serbia are qualifying. So, this is the fun part, the most fun part of the live stream, where we split it down to the borderline qualifiers. And in this semi-final, our borderline qualifiers are Portugal, Poland, Slovenia, Australia, Azerbaijan, and Ireland. So, as usual, we're going to start with a country. Raise your hand if you've put them through. This is where ESTON's smooth transition comes in. Raise your hand if you think Portugal is going through. Okay. 3. ESTON, why not? Go ahead.
I mean, I already touched on it when I talked about Serbia a bit. I don't know what to expect from the performance because we didn't really get a lot from the rehearsal clip. I'm not sure. I would, at this point, even say maybe the Portuguese national selection performance was better. I don't know. Like, this is, again, very borderline. It could easily be out. But then again, who's going to take the spot? Cyprus might. I don't think it's out. But then again, they're not really competing for the same votes. Portugal, it was rising for me, but now it's falling for me. I wasn't impressed by the rehearsal clip. It didn't really give me anything, didn't create any emotions, didn't add anything new. It was just there. The running order is in its favor, but what else is in its favor, I don't really know. A moment of silence for Portugal.
Trying to unmute myself. Becca, you don't think Portugal is going through. Tell us what
The
we're not thinking.
haters are so gonna come for me, but let them anyways. Look, I'm not. I mean, this is another borderline. You know, I'm not fully convinced that this is not gonna go through. Um, just there's something that I can't seem to connect with this. I mean, then again, from the rehearsal, we only seen like a bit, so maybe it will completely change on Tuesday. But then again, there isn't something that makes it extraordinary. I mean, their friends are not there, Spain is not there, France is not there, or whoever votes, or Switzerland is not there as well. I mean, so it doesn't have. I can't seem to connect with the song. But then again, it's a borderline, and if it goes through, it goes through. But I don't know who's gonna replace Portugal if it goes through. I don't know.
In the non-qualifiers zone.
Yeah.
I hear you. I do. I had this. This is the last one I put in. I don't. It's true, Becca, you're on the money, 100%. No Spain, no France, no Switzerland. Ervin told me this morning that Luxembourg might vote for Portugal, right? Because there are a ton of Portuguese people in Luxembourg. But
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay.
Yep.
me neither.
I mean, half of their lineup of the national final was Portuguese.
For the Luxembourg one.
Yes.
Oh. Didn't know that.
I mean, all
I
of the
don't know.
Portuguese ones were Portuguese.
Oh,
Actually.
I have this down because I think the performance looks great. I don't agree with Mr. EPIXEUROVISIONGUY. I think the national final performance looks worse. I think this one looks better. I
think they're about the same.
I mean, they. Okay. But my second point about why I'm hesitant about this is there isn't that much hype around this in Portugal. Definitely the least hyped up Portuguese song in Portugal since the Black Mamba. Yeah. There was more hype about Mimicat, more hype about Saudade, and definitely more hype about the Black Mamba. I don't know. I just feel like people take their time to warm up to this, and we don't have that much time. A 2-hour live broadcast where you're performing at slot number 14, and you have 17 minutes to make up your mind if you're gonna vote for the song or not. But for now, I'm gonna choose to play it safe, and I'm thinking this is qualifying. Okay, next one we didn't agree on is qualifying. 3 of us agreed that Poland is qualifying. Raise your hands, those who think Poland is in. Well, let's start with a defense. Becca, why do you think Poland's qualifying?
Then again, this is a bloody borderline song. I mean, when I first heard this song, where were we? Melfest? No, Melfest. We were Melfest. Melfest weekend. I didn't mind this song. I mean, it wasn't wow. I didn't mind this song, but then I watched the rehearsal and it did actually improve, and I got myself singing to it. I was like, oh. So, yeah, and I was like, maybe it does have a chance. I mean, even the staging, I feel that the staging actually came through and pulled actually the song together. But then again, it's borderline. There's so many borderline songs in the semi-final. I don't like it.
That is true. Can I just say, this is one of the most difficult semifinals I've had to predict ever since I've had this. Really and truly.
Yeah.
I mean, we only agreed on 6. Usually we always agree on 8 or 9. And we only think that. Ow. Ervin, you don't think your neighbor Poland is qualified? Oh,
Well, first of all, they're not our neighbors.
they're not?
No, but I'll give you a geography lesson another time.
Wah.
After seeing the clip, I'm less convinced of its qualification than before. I don't know. I expected the staging to be much better than it was. I appreciated they brought something on the stage, but those towers that they have on the two sides of that massive cross look like, I don't know, like it came out of like a cartoon of sorts. And then when she lays down on the main screen to imitate like she's riding a horse, again, like what's with that? Also vocally, she's very pitchy, not bitchy, which again takes away from it a little bit. I do enjoy the song. I like it. It's catchy, but it just very poorly performed. That's how it came across to me in the 30 seconds. And as it is right now, I have it down as a non-qualifier.
I agree with everything you said. However, I think it's qualifying. Poland is the luckiest country in the world. Ukraine, Lithuania, the UK, Ireland, Germany, Iceland. Tons of people from all of these countries. They found themselves in a really lucky state. And I don't really like the song personally. I don't think if it was in the second semi-final it would have qualified.
Mhm.
The vocals are pitchy. Not even pitchy. The vocal is hollow. It's spotty here and there. It's not a big rich vocal. It's very spotty. And whereas usually I would defend Poland for going nuts with the staging, like I did last year with Igranka, and that it worked. I think this year they really it just looks tacky. Tacky. But then again, I can't remember a single staging which was really that ambitious, even though it sucks. But let's say it's ambitious and it didn't make it. I'm sure there is, but I just can't think of one. I think Poland's going to qualify for all the wrong reasons. ESTON.
I'm pretty confident Poland is going through. As you mentioned, the diaspora is there, massive diaspora is there. I think that alone basically would almost get them through. The song is very radio friendly, very accessible, very immediate. Yes, the staging is cartoonish, kind of camp, crazy, funny, stupid, silly, but that will attract some audience as well. The song is fine. I think there are very few people who hate this. True, there are very few people that love this, but still, I think this is one of the safer qualifiers. It's not even borderline for me. I don't see a way of this missing the final.
Let me just revert back to 2021 for the ride, because it had some of the same countries in its semi-final, and they gave them 0 in televote. So even though they're in the same semi-final as... Sorry?
That was a horrible song.
It was, but just because they have diaspora in some of the countries which they're competing in with doesn't necessarily mean that they're actually going to get points from it. And for example, Iceland only gave 1 point to the ride, whilst their neighbors, Latvia, or maybe not neighbors, but close to it, they gave them 0.
Geography.
Yeah, I know. So I wouldn't necessarily just put it in based on diaspora votes.
Not just that, but it helps. It helps, but this is miles better, even vocally, than Rafal.
Oh, that goes
even
without
though
question.
the vocals of Luna are not great, quite shaky. Let's leave the ride where it belongs.
So baby, hold on for the ride of your life. High above ground. Put your hands up in the air. This is such a guilty pleasure song for me. I didn't like it at Eurovision, but then
The ride.
yeah, the ride. I have good memories
Oh
of
God.
it.
I love it as well.
No.
You. Oh God.
I
No.
mean, you're right. You're right. Maybe Iceland can only give them 1 point, but still, they have the Ukraine, they have the Lithuania, they have the UK, they have the Ireland. I just think too much help. If this doesn't qualify, I'm not gonna budge. But I just think luck is on their side. We have a question from Alessandro. Are they doing the family show or just rehearsing now for anyone? Alessandro, now
Tomorrow.
people are probably partying on the turquoise carpet ceremony. The family show is tomorrow at 9 p.m. We, Eston and I, will be there, which is why we're not giving you this live stream.
No, but it's not the family show. Then on Tuesday you have the family show, and then in the evening you have the real show.
Right. Listen. Moving on. Another country. 3 of us think that Slovenia is qualifying. Raise your hands, those who think Slovenia is qualifying.
Eston, we're no
Well.
longer friends.
Have we ever been?
Share your thoughts with us.
Ervin, it's only fair you get to start from Slovenia.
I mean, I might be a little bit biased here, but Slovenia is qualifying. Like, Raven is amazing. Their staging is pretty good. I wish it was a little bit darker, to be perfectly honest. But it works. The 30-second clip that has been shown does not represent the best part of the song. It shows
I was
off,
gonna say that. Very true.
it shows off Raven's vocals, and you're gonna get that at the end of the song. The recap is gonna be different, and the whole story is represented in the entire performance. So keep an eye out for it, and yeah, Slovenia is gonna go through.
Good.
Ervin, my love for you is turning, but I disagree. I don't think it needs to be darker, and I'll tell you why. I'm happy that it's a little bit bright, actually, because usually we've seen at Eurovision that when performances are dark, it's more of a struggle to connect with viewers. Even though it's a dark,
I didn't say I wanted to be dark. I wanted it to be slightly darker, because for me it's a little bit too light and too bright.
I think I'm good with the light, but then again, I've only seen it. I'm keeping the faith for this, man. I think Slovenia's qualified. I know the odds are not doing stuff for them. I know there's been talk about the staging and stuff like this. This is not coming too far away from Poland, and this is gonna look much more expensive than Poland. This is gonna look much more professional than Poland. It's a much more compelling vocal performance than Poland, and this is telling a story which, even if people won't understand because we haven't seen in Slovenian, I think people will connect to. I could be wrong. The last time I checked my passport, it said Sean Mikhailov, not Prophet Jesus Christ. So I could be wrong. But I really, really need Slovenia to find it. And I really didn't want to put I didn't want to put my heart on any song this year for qualification, because I don't want to go through that experience on the final night. But really and truly, Slovenia has become my Albania of last year. So when I post my reaction video to the qualifiers, if Slovenia qualifies, you better bite the ear. Eston, you don't think this is qualifying?
Let's be real. Let's
Hit
be
it
real.
once again for me now as well.
Slovenia
Keep
is
hitting him.
out. Book the flight back to Ljubljana, because like can fly home on Wednesday. This has no chance.
ESTON! That is so mean.
Out. Drink your wine. Pour your tears into that cup. Slovenia is out. The staging needs to be dark, needs to be mystical. It's anything but. Yes, the vocals are great, but the song isn't great enough. I mean, I don't personally mind it. I wouldn't mind it qualifying at all, but I just don't see a way of Slovenia going through to the final.
If Slovenia qualifies,
No.
I'll start the next live vlog with a "told you so."
Please do. Please do.
You were muted, so can you please repeat that?
I was not muted.
We're gonna watch semi-final one together. So the game is on. The game
Please,
is
Sean,
on.
film his reaction when Slovenia
We
goes
will.
through so that we can see his reaction.
I would be quite happy. I would not be mad, but I just don't think it's going through. This is a prediction, not our qualifiers. It is prediction. Okay, before the Slovenians come to kill me. This is a prediction.
Yeah.
Continue emphasizing.
Yeah, we're gonna be filming our reaction. We're gonna be posting. So stay tuned. Three of us think Australia is qualifying. Raise your hands, those who think Australia's true.
SHAUUNZERS.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
I start. Thank you, Mr. Co-host.
They're entertaining the gods, but not Sean, apparently.
I wouldn't
Sean,
mind
we'll let
seeing
you
this
start for
qualify.
this one.
I wouldn't mind seeing this qualify, really. But I came into this rehearsal season, rehearsal week, thinking that Australia is going to blow up the stage and create a vibe in the arena that is just going to create joy. A bit like a festival. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they did that. And even the vocal performance, this was the one country that I expected the vocal performance to be tight. It sounds a little bit cheap, which is the buzzword of this live stream, I swear. But it does. The mixing with the backing vocalists, it just, they didn't do what they needed to do. They didn't clamor the ingredients that they needed. It looks messy on stage. And ultimately, you know, anyone who's been watching me for the last 4 years knows that I don't base my predictions on the staging. I still look at the song because I genuinely do believe that 95% of people voting are looking at the song. One of which is Gerd. I've seen those videos.
Their last name is not Austin, though.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, listen.
No.
The mom.
There you go.
I just go back to our first reaction about Australia, and most of us were lukewarm about the song. And on top of that, the staging doesn't enhance it. So I'm here thinking, what is Australia, who's traditionally struggled a lot with the televote, going to do with a song that most people might be lukewarm to, and the staging doesn't even elevate it that much? The result for me is below 11th place in the semi-final. And I just struggle to see how Europeans are going to connect with this Aboriginal vibe, which I love, and I want to see this in the final purely so that Australia can do ethnic stuff. But in the end, I have to pick 10, and for all the reasons that I mentioned, I think Australia is.
Sean, who won the televote in the second semi-final last year?
But it was a very different offering. Last in the running order, very good song, very good staging, completely different offering. I believe it was the only decent rock song in the semi-final. Different scenario. But defend. Go ahead. Why is Australia qualified?
I mean, this was one of the last ones that I put down. This is very borderline, but again, then I look at possible countries that I think could take the spot, and yeah, I don't really see many because Iceland is out. That's the one competing for the same votes, and I think Australia will get all of those pretty much. So is Cyprus going to take the spot? The running order isn't really in their favor, and Cyprus doesn't have many fans either. And some of the other songs, like Slovenia, I don't think so. The running order spot, I think, is excellent for Australia. They will stand out. There will be a huge contrast. And yes, the staging and the camera shots could be a lot better. But I think what they have is barely, but still enough to qualify.
Becca, Australia.
Okay, so when I first discussed Australia, I was totally against the song. And somehow maybe I'm a bit. But then again, it's Australia, and the fact that they're bringing an Aboriginal song to the stage, it maybe connect with the people a bit more. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, mine is towards. I put Australia towards the end. So I'm not really convinced of Australia going through. But I think they still have some potential. I miss Australia after all, and I'm always rooting for Australia. So we'll see. But still, I'm not 100% convinced. Not at all. But we'll pray.
Ervin, you think it's going through?
I think it might. Yes, it's interesting enough. It's different enough, and I think that people might connect with it. I don't have it down as a certain qualifier. I also have it borderline, but I think it's slightly better than some of the other ones, as in like borderline ones.
Fair play. Two more to go. Two of us think that Azerbaijan is qualifying. Raise your hands, those who think Azerbaijan is qualifying. Who's gonna start? Me
That's
or
the
you?
Malta effect.
Maybe.
Becca, defend.
I mean, it has ethnic and at the same time modern. It is, for me, it's not a masterpiece. You can't call it a masterpiece, but it's beautiful. For me, it's art. I mean, in fact, that you combine two different genres together in a song, it connects beautifully. And even the staging. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know what to expect when it comes to staging. But the fact that like there's the arms opening up and just standing there like in the middle, like okay, wow, okay. So I think Azerbaijan has really upped their game. I'm really hoping they go through. I'm really hoping. I will be disappointed if they don't go through. I will be. But I think they will. I'm being hopeful. Okay. Sean?
ESTON. You don't think it's qualifying?
Black shirts, white shirts, Malta, rest of the world.
I'm in green.
No,
but
because we're
the-
black.
I mean, it looked black on the screen.
Mine is light blue.
Mine
this
is
light,
black.
I can't really see it. But no, Azerbaijan is out. I expect the vocals to be perfect, but they're anything but perfect. They are very off. The staging, yeah, I don't get the arms. What do they want to say with it? I haven't read the English lyrics of the song. Maybe that's somehow connected, but I don't know. As I'm coming to this as from viewpoint of just someone who's opening the TV and here are two hands. Man is singing off key a song in Azerbaijan, and I can't see a way through. If I'm not mistaken, Australia is up next after Azerbaijan. Are they?
With equally questionable vocals.
Not as questionable, I would say, but of course we're talking about one rehearsal. Maybe they're holding back. I don't know.
But Australia might be holding back, but Azerbaijan has terrible vocals.
Maybe, but yeah, I just don't think people will connect to this song. They will not connect to the message because they don't know what the message is, and if the vocals don't improve either, what is going for it? What is the thing that's gonna make it qualify? What's the moment? I don't see.
I would be lying if I said I'm not nervous for this more than I was. I think the staging is a bit too dark. Whenever I see dark staging, I think of Bulgaria 2018. We're laughing beyond the bones and the flops. That was miserable. And I'm just scared about dark staging purely for that.
That was such
The
a
hands I like. Yeah. The hands I like, but there's a point where Fahri is standing between the hands, and you can see Ilkin Dovlatov like this ident in the corner. It's like the hands don't want you. It's there are issues with the staging. I'm gonna flag it up and I'm gonna acknowledge. However, I sincerely think that the strength of the song will be understood by people who would want to vote for this. And it does stand out. The sound of the song does stand out. It's very, very unique. Maybe I'm just talking from someone who really likes the song. But I genuinely think, in the same way that I was the only one fighting for Albania last year, then in the end they qualified. I think there's a place for this in the final. But the staging product here is not as strong as it was last year with Albania. Coincidentally, such a Jean-Baptiste as well. Man, this girl is so hit or miss.
Actually, I kind of would even put Slovenia on the stage of Azerbaijan and use that kind of staging for Slovenia. The starker, maybe even the hands could stay there. That I think would fit Slovenia better than this.
What on earth are you drinking, Eston?
What did you say?
I just thought, like, what on earth are you drinking there?
Ervin is getting offended each time you
Some
mention
Danish
Slovenia.
Carlsberg.
I wouldn't drink any more of that if I were you.
Ooh.
Ervin, you don't think Azerbaijan is going through quickly? Why is that?
I put them down as no, but I wouldn't be surprised if Azerbaijan qualifies over Luxembourg.
You think so?
I won't be surprised if that happens.
Imagine if it does. Oh my
Summoning an Azeri qualification over Luxembourg.
Okay.
Summoning an Azeri qualification over Luxembourg. Last country, Ireland. Two of us think that Ireland is qualifying. Raise your hands and celebrate your agreements. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, and now I'm interested. Because our conversation from 2 weeks ago was completely different.
That's true. What
Two
happened?
2 weeks ago, we were talking about what we think. Now we're predicting. Two very different things.
Believe it or
Sean,
not,
mute yourself. I'm getting echo. I want to hear what he has to say now.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I will talk. I hope that any other song but this qualifies. I sincerely hope so. I hope that Europeans have their ears still intact and they don't have COVID or any other thing that makes them lose a taste. But the staging is good. and it fits the song. It stands out, and there, for some reason, are people that enjoy that as a package. We'll get to you. I don't know what you are drinking over there, but okay, or what you're putting in the ears. Yeah, I think as a song it is absolutely horrible, but as the staging, it works. It works, and there's no competition in this genre. Maybe Slovenia, but now the staging goals are completely different, and Slovenia is a song, unlike Ireland. So, yeah, I at this moment think it is going through, and maybe even quite comfortably, 7th, 8th position, maybe. But I hope it will be lost.
Let's go to Becca. Bex, you don't think it's qualifying Ireland?
Oh, okay. I absolutely do not like this song. I can't stand it. I don't have the, what do you call it, the taste, the ear. I don't know what you call it. Like I just can't understand the song. But damn it, I saw the video this morning. I was like, damn it, the staging is bloody good. So, and in fact, I even told Sean that it might actually go through, seeing that this stage actually really made a huge difference to the song. If it qualifies, I will cry, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay.
Ervin, the only one that likes the song.
If it qualifies, I'm going to celebrate. Like I said last time as well, like this is a very niche song, and it's completely understandable that it's not for everyone. But this is one of the types of music that I really enjoy listening to. So I'm definitely the audience for this. And again, I'm a little bit biased, but I think that they have the second best staging after Slovenia, and it really, really works well. And I can't wait to see the whole 3 minutes of this.
Wait, the second best staging after Slovenia?
Yes.
In this
I said I
semi
was a little bit
or
biased.
overall? In this semi or overall?
Well, for now, we're commenting on this semi, yes.
No comment.
And there was silence. No, but honestly, like for me, everything works, and this was the performance that like literally left me wanting more, and as in like seeing more. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the full 3 minutes of this, and I have a feeling I'm not going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I would actually kind of agree. I would like to see more because it is interesting, but on mute, please.
Same,
Can
on mute.
Can we mute the microphone when she's performing, please?
No, we cannot. You can mute your TV.
Well,
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna mute my
in
TV.
the jury show, we can't when we're in the arena. So, earplugs. That's it.
I think we should hear Sean's opinion.
You'll hear their sound. You'll hear their sound.
I'm really curious. I'm really excited now for tomorrow's jury show because I can't wait to see all of these performances live. This is one of the ones I'm excited to watch the most because I do think the staging is fantastic. Ireland hasn't fumbled the bag with the staging so much in the last 3 years. I think the last big mistake was perhaps Leslie Roy. Leslie Roy wasn't the best. And Sarah McTurnan. I mean, Ireland tries to be creative with staging. But, I mean, even last year, we didn't like Wildly, but the staging was good. Same with Brooks Scullion. Yeah, the staging for Wildly was good. No? No comment. Anyway, the staging on this one is fantastic. And even though I don't like the song and I have and if this qualifies, it will probably take the spot of a song that I'm more in need of qualification. I don't think I can be sad over Ireland qualifying purely because of their track record. And I do appreciate the Irish really getting behind an entry of theirs for the first time in so long. So if this qualifies, I won't be upset. Unless it takes Slovenia's place and maybe Azerbaijan, I think I won't be upset. However, I strongly believe this isn't going to the final. And I've been consistent about this from the beginning. I think the song creates too much of an impression of discomfort for too many viewers that even if by the second or third round they might enjoy it, I don't think this is going to be the one that you vote for. Because even if you think about it, you're going to be like, no, but I actually like Finland more. No, but I actually like Croatia more. And I'm going to spend my money on those. I think, again, last time I checked my passport, it said Sean, not Jesus.
I mean, people will remember that, but they will remember that they hated it. So that's not really ideal for voting.
Every emo kid out there watching this is going to remember it for the good. I'm going to vote for it.
Yeah, but Ervin, how many emo kids are watching Eurovision?
We'll find out.
We will never. We will never find out. But if this qualifies or not, we will never.
But also think about it. This is a semi-final. A lot less people are voting and a lot less people are watching the show. So you don't need that many votes to get some points in most of the countries.
We will find out. I personally think this is going to be. I'm not in any way trying to compare genres here, but if there's ever going to be a Blanca Paloma effect where the song is very artsy, the staging is fantastic, but in the end, it's just not understood by most people, I think this year it is Doomsday Blue by Bambi Thug.
Oh, I couldn't disagree more. I mean, I understood Aya. I speak Spanish fluently. I didn't get the staging. I understand that she's an archer, but like whenever she made that pose, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I could literally not see anyone outside of Spain who would actually listen to that and vote for that, which is sort of what happened.
Well, I was one of those people who watched it and voted. But I was in minority because she came last in the Maltese televote. Listen, agreed on 6, agreed on 3 that are not going through, and split choices on another 6 borderline qualifiers. We have broken down semi-final 1 predictions. Coming up on Tuesday night, one final question. If you had to vote, who would you vote for? I'm starting this off. At this point, I would even things out between Slovenia and Azerbaijan. Becca.
Who would I vote for? Croatia and Ukraine.
Ervin?
Vote number 9, Slovenia.
Becca, we will cry together and celebrate together, Croatia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you anyone who's been watching. We've had some people watching tonight. Sunday nights are popular, apparently. Come and subscribe to my channel. We've got more live streams coming, more predictions. And we will be reacting to the qualifiers of semi-final 1. Me and this guy over here in Eurovision Village. We're gonna react to semi-final 1 qualifiers. We'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for joining. The pleasure is mine. The floor is yours. And we will see you on Wednesday for our... Which camera? Which camera? We'll see you on Wednesday for our predictions for semi-final 2 at 9:15, slightly later, 9:15 p.m. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.